Whenever people ask me how I retouch skin in Photoshop, this is the exact workflow I use. We will clean up acne, blemishes, wrinkles, scars, eye bags, and uneven skin texture while keeping the skin looking natural. And by the end, I'll show you the finishing step that really brings everything together. I have already opened the image in Photoshop, so let's get started. First, head over to the Layers panel and create a black and white adjustment layer. Then reduce the reds and yellows until the skin imperfections become more visible. This makes it much easier to identify and remove unwanted spots. Next, select the background layer and duplicate it using Ctrl and J. Rename this layer to Remove. Now select the Patch tool from the toolbar and make sure Source is enabled. Simply draw a selection around any unwanted spot, then drag it to a nearby clean area of skin. Photoshop will automatically blend the texture for a natural result. Repeat this process to remove larger blemishes, dark spots, scars, and visible wrinkles before moving on to the next step. As you can see, the skin already looks much cleaner. Now let's separate the color from the skin texture. First, delete the black and white adjustment layer. Then duplicate the remove layer twice by pressing Ctrl and J 2 times. Rename the first copy to color and top layer to texture. Next, hide the texture layer and select the color layer. Go to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian Blur. Then slowly increase the radius until the skin texture disappears while the overall facial features remain visible. Now select the texture layer and unhide it. Go to Image and click on Apply Image. Choose the color layer. Set the blending mode to Subtract. Now set the scale to around 2, the offset to 128 and click OK. Now change the texture layer blending mode from normal to linear light. Now the color and texture are separated, giving us complete control over each one individually. Next, select both the color and texture layers, press Ctrl and G to group them and rename the group to Frequency Separation. Now open the group, hide the texture layer once again and select the color layer. From the toolbar, choose the Mixer Brush tool. Before you begin, clean the brush or simply disable the icon if it's already active. Then set the weight value to around 2 to 3% and the flow to 100%. Now gently paint over the skin to even out the tones and smooth out blotchy areas. Avoid painting over the eyes, eyebrows, nostrils, and lips, as these areas should keep their original detail. And finally turn on the texture layer back on. And just look at the difference. The skin looks much cleaner while all the natural texture is still intact. Most of the blemishes, wrinkles, scars, and uneven skin tones have been blended naturally without creating the fake over-smooth look. To finish the retouch, let's create a new layer at the top and rename it Small Adjustments. Now select the Spot Healing Brush tool and quickly remove any remaining blemishes or imperfections. You can also clean up red veins in the eyes for a more polished result. The last step is Dodge and Burn, which helps refine the skin even further. First, create a corpse adjustment layer and now brighten the image by dragging it upward. Rename this layer to Dodge. Now duplicate the layer by pressing Ctrl and J, open the Properties panel, drag the curve downward to darken the image, and rename this layer to Bond. Now invert the layer mask on both adjustment layers by selecting its mask and pressing Ctrl and I. Select both layers, group them together, and rename the group to Dodge and Burn. First, select the dodge layer mask and choose the brush tool. Set your foreground color to white and keep the flow at around 40 to 50%. Now start painting over the natural highlights of the face, including the bridge of the nose, center of the forehead, the upper cheeks, the chin, and any dark shadows under the eyes or around the mouth. And now switch to the burn layer mask and paint over the natural shadow areas to restore depth and shape. Just focus on side of the nose, sides of the forehead near the temples, underneath the cheekbones, along the jawline, under the lower lip, and anywhere the highlights appear too strong. The goal is to create a smooth transition between the light and shadows while keeping the face natural and three-dimensional. And with that, our skin retouch is complete. As you can see, the skin looks clean, natural, and professionally retouched while preserving all of its original texture. There is just one final touch I would like to make: whitening the teeth. Start by making a selection around the teeth using the lasso tool. Then create a hue saturation adjustment layer. From the color drop down, choose yellows. Now reduce the saturation and slightly increase the lightness until the teeth look naturally white. Be careful not to overdo it, as overall white teeth can look unrealistic. And that's it, our retouch is now complete. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and learned something new today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Photoshop tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.